All right. Let's put this wine really quick. Hello dolls, it is she and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. We do all things beauty, hair, and lifestyle here on this channel. So if you're into any of that sort of content, I hope that you'll do your fellow favor and join the family. We would love to have you. Now, today's video is going to be a different one. As you can see, we're kind of sitting down because I just wanted to talk to you guys. A lot is happening in my life right now. So much is changing. 35 has been such a transformative year. I am 35. I turned 35 in September. As you guys know, most of you that are following me have found me through my pregnancy journey. I started uploading videos last year, 2020, 2 years ago. Oh my gosh. I started uploading pregnancy videos at the tail end of 2020 when I found out I was pregnant, and I just want to document some of my journey. So I was giving you guys some updates as my pregnancy was moving along. In 2021, I had my lovely baby boy, and I turned 35 in 2021, which is why I say 35 has been such a transformative year. For one, I became a new mommy to a beautiful baby boy. He's sleeping right now. Hopefully he wakes up while I'm recording this so I can show him to you guys. And I realized I've never showed you guys my baby, which is insane. Like, I gave you guys the whole pregnancy journey and then had my baby and went ghost and left you guys hanging. Like, some people have been in the comments like, girl, where's the baby? And some of you guys have actually found me on like Instagram, so you guys know that baby is doing great because I've been uploading tons of pictures of him on Instagram since I had him. So if you're not following me on Instagram, I'll leave the handle here. You definitely want to go there if you want just kind of day-to-day updates on my life, because I'm really on Instagram pretty much every day. YouTube, I'm getting into the swing of things, and I have to get this thing down because now officially, as of last week, I am an official full-time YouTuber slash influencer. So also this year, as far as 35 goes, I have had a major career shift. And I realized that here on my channel, I don't think I've really gotten deep with you guys. Like, really told you guys about me, my story, just kind of what I do. You know, you guys see my hair tutorials. Again, some of you guys have followed me for my pregnancy update. But I really don't get in depth about just my life. And I really want to give you guys a huge just kind of life update on and where I'm at and where I'm going and what you kind of can expect from me here on this channel. So I'm just sitting down, honey. I just got finished filming. I did this hair review that will be dropping soon. So stay tuned for that. But I just threw on my robe. I have a glass of wine, and I just wanted to chat with you guys. So the major big change outside of me being a new mom, which is exciting, is my job. So a quick background on me, I'm from Florida. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. I went to the Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University. Go Rattlers. And I have a dual bachelor's in criminology as well as accounting. I've never done anything with the criminology. I've been in corporate accounting for the past 10 years since I graduated. And since I moved here in Atlanta. And my corporate career started out in tech. I worked for a couple of technology companies. I did a little bit of manufacturing as well. And then most recently, I was in retail let's take it back. I was an accountant for a large retail conglomerate, and their headquarters is here in Atlanta, right? So I've been working for that company. A recruiter actually reached out to me because if you live in Atlanta and if you're in accounting, you know that the jobs are plentiful. They are abundant. There are headhunters constantly looking to snatch you up, take you to another company. Recruiters are constantly reaching out. So I was in accounting at a small tech company, and a recruiter reached out to me and said, "Hey, are you looking for a job change, a change?" And it was a Fortune 500 company, huge company. And I was like, absolutely. This company is really, really hard to kind of get your foot in the door. It's one of those companies that has thousands and thousands and thousands of employees. And when you apply, your resume gets lost in the thousand applicants. But when a direct recruiter reaches out, it's pretty much easy to kind of get in the back door, right? So everything went well. Long story short, got the job. I actually got the job offer right when the pandemic happened. So when I started, one of the main things that drew me to the company was their headquarters. Headquarters are ridiculous. I'm talking about in our on our campus is what they call it because it's so ridiculous. We have our own Starbucks, we have our own CVS with a pharmacist, we have multiple cafeterias, gym, a whole daycare, basketball courts, volleyball courts, banks, you name it. This is, you could literally live here, live and work in the same spot. It's ridiculous the how massive the campus is. So one of the things that drew me there was the campus. Like I was like, oh my gosh, like I just want to wake up every day. If I have to go to an office, this is where I want to be. This is where I want to go. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. The amenities. It's ridiculous, right? Well, when I started in the pandemic, it was like, we've been remote for maybe about a month or two. We probably only be remote for like another month. Just take all of your stuff, and then, take all of your stuff. We'll start in this remote environment, and then we'll slow transition back to the office. Long story, so there was no transition. As you guys can know, it's 2022. We're still trying to figure this thing out and get back into the office. So I was working for this company for almost 2 years, and things were going okay. Like I really didn't like working from home. I kind of missed the just getting out and getting to know people in the beginning. And just kind of just the hustle and bustle of getting up, getting dressed, commuting to work and all of that. I kind of missed that. But at the same time, I was at a place where I left my last company because I was literally so miserable there. And what I thought initially was just, I just didn't like management. Like we had got purchased out by a public company who was privately held before. And then of course, you got new CEOs, CFOs, management, all of that. So I thought, you know what? I'm just over this company. I've been here for 5 years. Maybe I don't like the change. Like I just felt myself every day dreading going to work, dreading going to work, dreading going to work. So I moved to this new job. Once I got to the new job, I liked it, but I was like, it's so weird starting in this remote environment. I don't really know anybody. It's hard to get to know people. Then I started dreading working from home. I'm like, I just want to get back into the office. I'm dreading waking up and clocking in every day. I'm dreading it. And then after I kind of thought about it and sat with it, I ended up, I got pregnant. And obviously the first trimester was rough, honey. If you were watching, if you caught any of my pregnancy updates, you know that my first trimester, it was no fun. So that made waking up every day and clocking in that much more just draining. Like I just hated it. Then by the time I'm huge and big and pregnant, I'm over everything. I just want my baby here. Once I actually gave birth and had my baby, I took an extended leave. So I stayed home for the first 3 months of my baby's life. I just wanted to make sure that I was bonding. I didn't want to have to worry about work and any of that. I just wanted to really spend those 3 months just really connecting with my baby and just kind of moving at my leisure, not in a rush to go back to work. So 3 months came and went. And then when it was time to go back to work, I was like, I was talking to Nate. I was like, I really just don't want to go back to work. I just don't want to go back to work. It was then that I realized it wasn't my old job that I hated. It wasn't working remote that I hated. I just didn't want to work my corporate 9 to 5 anymore. I always said that, I wanted to work in corporate for a good amount of time, stack up my retirement and build my skills. And then eventually I'll, go in my 40s, maybe my 50s, retire and do real estate, trade some passion projects, right? But I'm someone that, I'm a Virgo. I'm very strategic. Everything has to make sense. It has to be a plan. It has to be a backup plan. I'm very safe. I'm a very risk averse just type of person just in general. Like I don't take a lot of risks. I'm an accountant. Very safe job. No matter the economy, companies are going to need an accountant, right? To keep their books more than any time, especially when the economy tanks. So I chose a very safe career path. I realized that when I was younger and coming up, like my dreams were very baseline. I don't want to call them basic because I've achieved a lot in my life and I don't want to undercut that. But I realized that when I was younger, my dreams were things like, I want to be the first in my family to graduate from college. Check, I did that. I want to go to college and I want to get a good job. Check, I did that. I want to make a 6-figure salary. I want to drive a nice car. I want to buy a home. I want to own a home. Check, check, check. I did that. And that was pretty much it, right? Those are my dreams. Go to college, get a nice job, have a nice car, buy a home, have a family, live a nice life, right? But then I realized, like I would say kind of after I achieved those things, I realized that I was dreaming small. Like should be the baseline, right? That shouldn't have been the dream. That should have been the baseline. Your dreams are just so much more than going to work, driving a car, and owning a home. I realized that I wanted so much more for my life. And it's not about money and things. It's about, I just want to live an abundant life, a life just free. I want to travel. I want to have nice things. I want to eat great food. I want to give my family experience. Like, there's so much that I want to experience in life, and I want to be fulfilled. More than anything, I want to be fulfilled, and I want to be happy, and I want to wake up and love and enjoy doing whatever it is that I do. And I don't want to have to get up and go to a job to maintain a safe life. Like, that's just, I realized that I was dreaming really, really small, and that I have. And over the past couple of years, so I started my channel in 2017. It's because, and it's strange, growing up, I never saw growing up and into my even young adult life as a young woman, I never saw myself as a creative person, which is strange because I've always done hair. In college, I always did my friends' makeup and all these things. And people will always think that I was crazy when I say that I'm not creative. Like, what are you talking about? You can do hair, you can draw, you can do makeup. You're very creative. And I was like, you know what? I guess I do dabble in the creative space. And it took me so long to create my YouTube channel because for whatever reason, I just felt like that I wasn't that creative person. I was a more left brain, not right brain at all. But then, you know, someone that I was with at the time pushed me. It literally bought me my first Mac Mini and pushed me into creating this YouTube channel because I had been talking about it. They would see me watching YouTube all the time. Like, you can do that. Why don't you just do that? Pushed me down the YouTube path in 2017. And the more I played with it, the more I started enjoying photography and editing and videography and painting. And again, I would kind of, you know, just paint things for my home and just all these things. I would really play more on my creative side. And I realized that I was just so happy when I was doing that. Creating content for social media, things like that just thoroughly made me happy. And so, I started thinking, like, what if I really like kind of poured myself into this? Not doing it part-time, because my 9 to 5 obviously made my passion projects part-time. I only had after 5 and the weekends. And then after 5, I was so tired. And then on the weekends, I just want to relax. So I really wasn't pouring into YouTube, into my passions, into my crafts, into my gifts as much as I should have, or I wanted to. So when I met my partner, Nate, you know, we were talking about everything, just kind of our background, you know, what we do, what we want to do, what we saw life, our goals, all of that. I remember before I got pregnant about 2 years ago, maybe about 3 years ago, we were kind of talking and just sitting around just talking about this life and goals. And I said, you know what, I want to spend my 30s I want to spend my 30s kind of climbing the corporate ladder, right? Getting as high as I can, achieving as much as I can, and then maybe in my 40s, I'll trace some passions. And he looked at me, he was like, what? You're talking another 8-10 years before you do what it is that you love, before you do what it is that you're passionate about? No. We need to sit down and we need to start talking about how you can make your corporate exit within the next 3 to 5 years. This 8 to 10, that's just insane. Spending all this time for what? Wasting all these years for what? No. You can do it now. We just need to map it out and plan it out. Because he knows that I'm a planner. I can't just jump off a bridge and, you know, figure it out on the way down. Like, I need to see the plan in front of me. So I said, okay, well, you know, we can talk about it. We can figure out 3 to 5 year plan, right? And I was like, you know what? When YouTube is making me half my salary, I mean, I had all these things in place that kind of say, if this and then that and then this and then that and when this and when that, and then I'll do it, you know, instead of just going for it, right? So that brings me back to after I had the baby. So once I had the baby, 3 months passed and it was time to go back to work. And I told Nate, like, I just really don't want to go back to work. I just don't want to go back to that job. Like, I have no get up and go about me. I have no excitement, nothing. I just want to stay home with the baby for one, and B, wake up and do something that I actually want to do every day. And that's something that I have to do because it pays the bills. And it kind of brought me back to that conversation him and I had about 3 years ago. At this point, like, you know, what is the plan? So my birthday was in September. Baby was 3 months in September. A couple of my friends came down in September for my birthday, and I was talking to one of my good girlfriends, and I was telling her like, I'm just really, again, over this whole corporate career. She's like, and she's one of those people where she's has started her own business, she's successful, she's very just kind of I'm not working for nobody, I want to be very entrepreneurial. Like, that is just her, that's just her and her passion. Shout out to Miss Viola. So she was just like, girl, you can do it. Let's set a plan. Let's figure this thing out. Top of the year, like, you can transition. You have too much talent to be sitting at a job, to be sitting behind a desk. You got too much talent. So me and her really talked about. I said, you know what, you're right. I just need to kind of put a date on it. I said, you know what, I'm gonna finish out the rest of 2021, and at the top of the year, then we'll start talking about the transition, right? So again, just kind of talking. Went back to work in September. Working. Work had got so crazy when I got back, because when I was out on leave, there was some turnover. A couple people had left. There had been some change within the org. There had been so much going on. I came back to literally a shit show, a literal shit show. And every day I felt like I was just stressed at work. I remember this very vividly. A couple months had went by. I'm back at work. I'm hating it every second of it. And I remember vividly, it was November 14th. It was a Sunday. And we were sitting at home, I was with the baby, and I told Nate, man, I just don't want to go back I just don't want to start this week. Like, I'm just not looking forward to starting this new week. And that was me every Sunday. I'm like, oh, tomorrow's Monday, it's a new week. But this one, I just felt so strongly like, I just really don't even feel like starting this week. Like, I'm just so over this week. So I was just like, you know what? I have to figure this thing out. Like, I'm just not looking forward to it. So Sunday evening kind of, was a slow drag. I stayed up late that night, just kind of watching TV and just like, let me try to enjoy as much of my freedom as I can before the week starts. Monday came around. That morning, I logged into hella meetings on my calendar. I had meetings from the time I logged in until lunch at noon. At lunch, I clocked out after a meeting. The meeting right before lunch was so irritated my spirit to no end. I clocked out. I went downstairs. I told Nate, I said, that's it, I'm done. I am done. I am going to stay the rest of this year. I'm going to get my bonus at the top of the year. And I am done with my corporate job after the top of 2022. Our calendar year is a fiscal year. So the year isn't over in December. The end of our year is actually January. And then February, we close out the previous year. And then March is when you kind of pay out bonuses from the past year, and all of this stuff right here is when we have like performance review and all of that. So I said March 31st, 2022, that is my last day. I'm absolutely done. I'm getting my bonus, closing out the year, and I'm out. And I'm done with corporate America, and I'm chasing my dreams, because I can't continue every week to go to a job that I just hate. And it's not just this job. It's just don't want to be on the corporate grind anymore. It's not the job. It's not the company. It's me. It's me. I'm over it. I thought it was my last job. I thought it was the pandemic. I thought it was the pregnancy. No, it's just my time. My time is up. And it's time for me to do what it is that I really love. So I was like, March 31st, 2022, that's it. Me and my cousins, we have a cousins group. I got in the cousins group, and we talk about this all the time. And they feel the same way. You're way too talented. Do whatever just do it. We're going to support you. You're going to be good regardless. Got in the cousins group. I said, cousins, I set a date to it. March 31st, 2022. That's it. It was like, all right, we're going to hold you to it. That's the date. So I was like, okay, cool. Went on about my day. This was a Monday, guys. I'm literally having chills as I'm about to start telling this. And as I'm telling this was a Monday. On that Wednesday, 2 days later, exactly 2 days later, our CFO put a last minute lunch meeting on the calendar. I was like, this is weird. Like, it was literally like 10 something. He put a meeting on the calendar for like 11:30. He was like, sure, like, I'm just gonna run into my lunchtime. Like, what's going on? This is weird. This last minute meeting. So I was like, all right, whatever. So I was like, let me just jump on this meeting. Went downstairs, got my coffee, jumped on the meeting. I'm in the meeting. As I'm in the meeting and I'm sitting there, and the meeting starts, everyone within our controller group, it's a large company, there's over 200 accountants on this call that's underneath the controller or the CFO, right? So he starts the meeting off with, everyone on this call, your jobs have been terminated effective immediately. Immediately, you can see people are like have their cameras on, so everyone's like, my camera's not on because I'm not even dressed for the day, not even ready. I'm just having my coffee, and I'm like, wait, what? I literally freaked out because I'm thinking, I'm not ready. Like, I literally just said 2 days ago that I'm done, but I have a plan. Like, I set a date, March 31st. I was going to transition out. Like, I had give myself a couple of months to figure this out and to transition this thing out. Like, effective immediately, job's term. Now, I'm not ready for this. Like, what? The very next sentence he said was, however, we wanted to give you guys as much heads up as possible. So your last day will be March 31st, 2022. You guys, when he said that, I literally almost fell out of my chair. I literally almost fell out of my chair. I had just said 2 days prior that I was done. Had a conversation with Nate. I set a date. I prayed about it. I talked to my cousins about it. 2 days later, guys, God enforced this date. I can't even put into words like how just like how I was just so completely like my entire body had chills. My entire body had chills. I'm literally texting Nate like, you're not gonna believe this. You're not gonna believe this. You're not gonna believe this. I didn't even think I heard the rest of anything else that he was saying on that call. I don't think I even heard anything else that he was saying on that call. I was so just kind of like shocked that I literally could not believe it. The call was a very short call. It was maybe about 20 minutes. He ended up kind of wrapping it up with like, the company is reorging and we've made this decision and this and the third, and hung up that call. Like, I literally just kind of hung up that call and just sat there for minutes, just kind of looking out the window, because the way my desk space is faced out the window, I was just sitting there staring out the window, like, and I just had this moment where I had a real conversation with God. Like, okay, I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. I feel like I'm someone who has always stood in my way, and again, I've just always been so safe and just had to have a plan. They had a plan, they had a backup plan, they had a backup, had a backup plan, had to have a backup plan. And I've never just been someone to take chances. And this thing has been eating at me for years that it was time, but I kept just kind of pushing it off, and making up excuses as to why the time wasn't right, and I'll do it this and I'll do it later. And then once I said, this is the date, I set that date down. I spoke that date in the atmosphere. I prayed about it. God literally 2 days later enforced that. At this point now, I can't even back out if I wanted to. Like, I literally get lost for words every time I tell this story. So I got off. So after I sat there and sat with that and really was like, okay, God, I hear you speaking to me. And at this point, I have no other choice but to be obedient and to be faithful and to make sure that I am walking in the path that He wants me to walk in, and that He has already laid out for me and that He sees fit for me, because it's been written. It's already been written. And He's made it clear as day to me that now is the time. Like, you've talked about it, you've thought about it, you dreamt about it, you pray about it, you daydream about it. It's time. But I got you. You have the gifts. I've given you the gifts. I've given you the talent. I've given you the path. I've now given you the date, and I passed you the ball. And now all you have to do is take it and run with it. And I went down. I talked to Nate. He was like, she just kept saying, "Shut up, shut up." He literally couldn't believe it. Like, shut up. And so I was like, you know what? They scheduled another call for 1 o'clock later that afternoon. And I figured that it was like kind of a repeat of what they had said in the beginning. And I had missed so much that I literally like blacked out after that. After he mentioned the March 31st date, like I have to jump back on the call and get the full story, get the full details. Nate, we'll talk about it later. So I jumped back on the call at 11, and to just sum it up, he said the same thing, but so they cut 220 jobs. They created 70 new jobs, and everyone who had been terminated can apply for those jobs. You get the job, you stay with the company. If not, you can apply somewhere within the company, or you can go about your business. After that day, and I really took the day to decompress, I spoke with my manager the next day, and they were just like, listen, we're strongly encouraging some of our strong people to reapply, right? And all but said reapply and you got the job. Strongly encouraged by multiple people to reapply. And they're like, take the weekend to think about it, whatever you want to do. That Friday, information came out and came to our house regarding what the termination laid out, and what the severance would look like. So now I was like, okay, I have the date. God has already clearly spoken to me. This is the time. What the icing on the cake, just the cherry on top, was when they sent out that severance package that arrived to my door the next day via UPS mail. The way that the severance is laid out, I'm good for at least the next year. I have been, between the severance and what I've already been saving, because I've always known that I wanted to start a business and invest and eventually leave. I'm literally good for over the next year to fumble and figure it out. Like, I don't even have to worry about finances now. That's how good God is. Like, not only is that he's making the transition, helping me make that transition, but making it in a way that is extremely comfortable for me. Because finances is such a huge thing for me, and being financially strapped is just, I'm completely uncomfortable. And if I'm uncomfortable, I'm unsettled. And if I'm unsettled, I'm unproductive. I'm at a place now where I am comfortable. Financially, I am secure financially, so that I have the grace, I have the room to really go after this thing, figure this thing out, and again, fumble my way through it until I figure out what is the right path. Yes, I could have reapplied and continued to work at this really great company, but who am I to go against what God already has laid out for me? So that was November. It's now April. My last day was last week. And guys, I'm so happy. I feel so free. I feel so light. I spent those first 2 days enjoying not waking up to an alarm clock, enjoying a slow morning in with my baby before I would have to rush our mornings and get him set up. And I felt so much mom guilt sitting him in front of a TV or just kind of in front of a play area while I'm in meetings and trying to juggle him and meetings and naps and feedings and all of that. I just felt like I wasn't giving him enough attention, and I had so much guilt around that. Now I don't have that anymore. I really can take my time and just be with him, work when I want. When I put him down at night, I can stay up as late as I like, because the next morning I don't have to worry about clocking into a job that's going to stress me. Like, you guys, I feel so free. That's the only way I can describe it. Just free. And I'm so excited. So, and look who just woke up right on time. Can you say hi? Can you say hey? I know, we got a card and we want this card. Can we not say, can we say hi to mommy's friends? Can we say hi to you two auntie and uncles? They've been asking about you. So this is my why I get to stay home with this little bugger every day, all day, and I'm absolutely excited. Are you hungry, honey? Are you hungry? Yeah. So you guys will be seeing a lot of him in these upcoming videos. I'm super excited. I don't know what I've been doing and why I have not been recording. I think I just been all over the place, especially those first 3 months. If you're a new first time mom, you know, like, you're just a zombie. I don't know how these moms are like doing 1 week update, newborn routine, newborn sleep routine. I don't know how y'all do it, but I envy it and I watch it all, because those 3 months, those first 3 months in that newborn stage were literally a complete blur, like a complete blur. Like, newborn to 3 months, like, I feel like it went by so fast. I feel like I didn't know whether I was coming or going. I don't know if I showered half the time. It was literally a complete blur. Baby needed something every 2 hours. As soon as I felt like I was laying down to rest or do anything, I was right back up feeding, changing. He had acid reflux really, really, really bad, so he was constantly throwing up. I mean, I would change this boy a million times a day. It was insane. And myself, because he was constantly just regurgitating everything. He had reflux really, really bad. So I don't know how they did it, but I just felt like I was just so out of it. Then after 3 months, I honestly don't know what happened. I would have so much content on my phone. You know what I'll probably do? I'll probably do like a little montage of just the content I have. I have so many videos, so many pictures. Like, I just would constantly pull out my phone, but I just setting up the camera, charging a battery, SD cards. Like, I just didn't have time for any of that. So I think that's what I'm doing. I think I'm gonna go through my phone, get some really nice videos, and do like a cute little just montage of the past 9 months of his life. Well, 10 months. He just turned 10 months actually, April 2nd, which was a couple days ago. I think today's the 5th. So he just turned 10 months. So you guys are definitely going to be in the loop from here on out. But I think I'm definitely going to do a montage of 0 to 10 months and all the cute videos. And he's so expressive and he's so sweet. And I just have so much great content of him. Hey guys, he's holding his own bottle, but I like to feed him like this, and he lets me feed him like this. I know I only have a little limited time like this with him. My cousin was just here. She's like, why are you feeding him? Let him hold his bottle. I'm like, I can only do this for about a month or 2 more, and then he is going to be off to college. So I'm feeding him and I'm holding him and I'm cradling him for as long as he will allow. And usually when he just wakes up from a nap or if he's going down, then he'll let me do this. Other than that, he don't have patience for me holding him like this. He wants to get up and go. He is pulling up on everything. He's trying to walk. He's standing. He's crawling like crazy. He moves so fast. I cannot lay him down on any surface. If I put him down in the bed for 2 seconds, he literally falls off the bed twice, and I just can't take it because he literally moves so fast. I literally put him on the bed after a bath, turned around to get a diaper. By the time I turned around, he was literally he moves faster than me for some reason. So, yeah, he is on the move. He is a busy guy. Nasir, can you say hi? Can you say hi? You're distracted. You want mommy's wine. What is with babies with wine? Like, this boy loves wine glasses. Every time I have a glass of wine, he is like chomping at the bit. Is it the glass? Is it the smell? I don't know what it is. But every time I have a wine glass, like, he wants it. He's just completely distracted. He wants his glass. It's insane to me. Does any other baby like is obsessed with like wine glasses? It might be glasses in general. Whenever I have this other little glass that I sometimes drink out of, water or something, and whenever I have that glass, he's just like all over that too. So, but my wine glass, honey, he wants it. I know. You see all these lights? You see all these pretty lights? Yeah, let's do a zoom in so they can really see you. So this is my little, yeah. Mom will have to bring the wine glass in front of the camera for you to pay attention. Look, honey. Yo, that's insane. That's insane. Say, all right, see you guys later. See you later. He say, see you later. See you later. We're going to do like, let's go find daddy. Let's go find daddy somewhere. I have a lot of things that I'm thinking about, and I'm really trying to figure out which direction I want to go. I'm at a place where I have my passions, right? I have my gifts. I'm trying to find that intersection where my passions and my gifts collide, and I want to move forward with that because my gifts, things that I'm naturally gifted in, I'm not necessarily passionate about, right? I'm naturally gifted in hair, but I don't want to be a hairstylist. I'm naturally gifted in makeup. I don't want to be a makeup artist. Those things never intrigued me. Passions are in interior design and real estate. I don't want to be a real estate agent. Maybe I start a staging business. Maybe I have to start an event planning business. Maybe I invest in real estate and flip home. Like, I have so many things that I want to do. But one thing that I do know for sure is that I'm about to pour 100% of myself into YouTube, into my social medias, into creating content, because that is something that I am passionate about and that I truly have fun doing. And I have just fun just researching. I just have so much fun doing that, and that is something that's already making me money. So it's only smart to leverage that and really just kind of go balls to the wall with that full force and allow that to kickstart my business, whatever business I decide to start, wherever I decide to journey next in life. Like, I can use this to kickstart that. So you guys are going to be seeing a lot of me. So much of me. I have so much planned. I want to share so much of my life with you guys. So the content is going to be varied. I mean, I'm going to continue with the hair. I've signed a couple of hair contracts, so you're going to see that content being pushed out. But I also want to share more about me just as a mom in our day-to-day. I also want to show just me as a woman with friends and family and traveling and living life. I'm just someone that's so multifaceted, and I just want to share all of that with you guys. So you guys are going to be getting it all, honey. So be prepared for the vlogs. Be prepared for the specific content, the fashion hauls, the mommy and me. I mean, you guys are going to get it all. So yeah, I just want to give you guys a quick update on me and share my story. I'm hoping that if there's anyone out there that's kind of watching this that is thinking about starting a YouTube channel or thinking about starting any sort of business, any sort of venture, thinking about quitting their job and afraid of the what ifs and afraid of losing that security net. If there's anybody that has a dream that they have put on the back burner, a dream deferred, right? I'm hoping that this is, and you're looking for a sign, you're waiting for a sign, because I'm that person. I'm like, oh, I just need a sign. I'm looking for a sign, waiting for a sign. I'm hoping that this is your sign. I'm hoping that you guys will take a chance on you, take a risk, take that leap of faith, and know that it's going to be okay. If you have something that is on fire inside of you, dying to get out, you need to share that with the world. Do not, we cannot, I mean, I can only imagine the worst fate is leaving this world with so much inside of you that you didn't get to share with people. So I'm hoping that you guys will join me on this journey. Start your own journey. Take your own leap. Listen for that voice. Do whatever it is that you love. And that 2022 is going to be the year that you take a chance on you. Because it's definitely the year that I'm taking a chance on me. And I'm so excited about it. So yeah, that is it, dolls. I just want to give you guys a quick life update. I am now officially a stay-at-home mompreneur / YouTuber / beauty influencer / and I will see you dolls in my next video.